types of polymorphism, right? So there are compile time and runtime. Compile time can be achieved by method overloading, right? Achieved by method overloading. And method overloading means having multiple methods with the same name but with different parameters. Different parameters. Like class calculator and then public and add would have same name as, see, those two methods have same name but they both have different parameters, so it is overloading. The compiler determines which method to call at compile time, right? Therefore method overloading is compile time polymorphism. Compile time polymorphism occurs when the method to execute is determined during compilation, and when second type of polymorphism is runtime polymorphism. Runtime polymorphism. It is also called dynamic, and it is commonly achieved using virtual override or inheritance. So let's take example class animal. Here we have one method called public called sound. Okay, so and it is a virtual method, right? And here we have written animal makes a sound, but when we are using inheritance, so we are creating a new class dog and inheriting properties from animal. We are and using a public using a method sound again with the same name, but here we are using override instead of virtual. Then therefore when we create an object of animal, so if we create animal is equal to new dog, animal dot sound, so dog barks. I remember we jump. This method that runs is detected. The method that runs is detected at runtime based on the actual object. child class to provide a specific implementation of method. So method overriding is a feature that allows a child class to provide a new implementation of a method that is already defined. In parent class, parent. It is commonly achieved using virtual override and inheritance. Virtual override and inheritance. For example, you have public, so you have class animal, public, you have a parent class name defined as a virtual. Okay, so public virtual void sound. Console dot write line animal sound. But when you create another method with override function, so public override void sound, oh sorry, I had to create a new class, right? So new class is dog, which inherit the properties from animal. Okay, so it have public override void sound console dot write line bark. That's it. This method is the method that runs a determined The parent class says this method can be overridden by a child class. An override the child class says I am providing my own implementation of this inherited method. Inheritance allows code reuse, whereas polymorphism allows different behavior. Inheritance establishes parent-child relationship, whereas polymorphism have same interface method can behave differently. Users base and derived class can use overloading or overriding. Example: dog inherits animal, and the polymorphism example is dog and cat have different sound. They often work together. Inheritance: dog inherit animals. Dog inherit. Dog provides its own sound. Important interview trap. Is method overloading possible by changing only the return type? No, this is invalid. No. Method overloading is not possible by changing only the return type. The parameter list is identical, so CSAP cannot distinguish them based only on return type. For overloading, you need a difference in the parameter list. Can we overload the main method? Yes, you can technically define overloaded methods named main, but only a valid main signature is selected as the program's entry point. For interviews, don't confuse method overloading with the entry point rules. Inheritance. Child class get functionality from parent class. Okay, now let's move towards. Bro, I just completed this. Overloading versus overriding, compile time versus runtime polymorphism. Method overloading means having multiple methods with the same name but different parameter list in the same class. This is an example of compile time polymorphism. Here we have three add methods. The method name is the same but the parameters are different. The compiler can determine which methods should be called during compilation. That is why it's called compile time polymorphism. Method overriding occurs when a derived class provides its own implementation of a method that is already defined in the base class. Okay, so inheritance is required in overriding. Same class possible. Yes. Key binding, no special keyword required, whereas in overriding virtual plus override is required. Well, binding early static, late dynamic. Abstract class means shared base with common behavior. Interface is contract that the classes can implement. What is an abstract class? So an abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated directly and is designed to be inherited by other classes. Okay, it can contain abstract methods, no implementation, concrete methods with implementations, feed properties, constructors, as access modifiers, Example, imagine different types of vehicles. Abstract class, vehicle. Public string brand, okay, public vehicle string brand. What the heck? Brand is brand. Public restaurant. A car can inherit it. Vehicle. Public car. Now car is equal to new car Toyota. Car Toyota. Start its shared implementation while move is different for each vehicle. An abstract class is a class that cannot be instantiated directly and is designed to be inherited. So abstract class cannot be instantiated directly and it is designed to be inherited by other class. An abstract class is used when related class share common state or implementation, while an interface is used to define a contract. Oh my god. Okay, so what is an interface? So an interface defines a contract. It says any class that implements me must provide these capabilities. Interface, I payment, what pay. Different payment methods can implement it. Both classes promise to provide pay, but they can implement it directly. ब्रो मुझे समझ नहीं आया भाई ये एब्स्ट्रैक्ट क्लास एंड इंटरफेस. लेट मी सी कि यूट्यूब पे आए है. ओके, व्हाई एम आई इवन टॉकिंग इन हिंदी ब्रो. लेट मी सी इफ what was about to search. Abstract class in Java, not in Java but C sharp. Okay,
Now we are going to cover the most important question of any interview. In my experience, this is the most asked question in the interviews. What is the difference between an abstract class and an interface? At least 4. Why 4? Because this is a very important question and it is good to create a good impression on interviewer by telling as much as you can. So let's explore the differences one by one. First difference is abstract class contains both declaration and definition of methods. Let me show you the code. See, employee class has two methods, project and role. One is declared and another is defined with the body. On the other hand, interface should contain only declaration of methods. Let me show you the code. See, here we have two methods, project and manager one, and both are just declared. There is no body of these methods.
bro,
Methods only, right?
I don't even know what is an abstract class in the first place. किसी ऋषि की क्या लगी कृपा, जो मैंने तुझे आँखों में काजल। Abstract class is a restricted class that cannot be used to create objects directly. Cannot be initiated directly. And it is designed to be inherited by other class. Okay. Abstract class is a restricted class that cannot be used to create objects directly. And is designed to be inherited by other classes. Abstract method, concrete method, field, properties, constructor, access modifier. Imagine having different type of vehicles. What is an interface? Any class that implements me must provide these. Bro, shut the heck up. What is interface? An interface in C# is a code blueprint that defines a strict contract for what a class or struct must do without specifying how it should do it. It dictates the what but not the how. Bro, what the heck? C# interface. An interface is a completely abstract class which can only contain abstract methods and properties. What the heck? What the heck? An interface in C# is defined using the interface. It serves as a blueprint that declares method properties without implementation. A class or struct that implements the interface must provide the actual implementation method. Bro, what the heck? Just give the definition. Oh, what the heck? is a reference type that defines a strict contract of behavior that a class or what a type must do is not have. No, I'm still not reading it. Can someone explain what the point of interfaces are? An interface defines a contract. Any class, record, or struct that implement that contract must provide an implement. Oh my god. Defines what a class must do, but generally not how it should do it. Contract that defines contains method property declaration that implementing classes are required to provide. Contract defined by the interface. Dog implements the interface. Dog must provide an implementation of. Okay. It's already 6 p.m. Time is flying by. It is a contract that defines what a class must do, but generally not how it should do it. Okay, so interface is just a contract, right? An interface is a contract that determines what a class should do. And class implementing a interface must also contain its method or properties. It contains yeah. It contains methods or properties that implementing classes are required to. Simple example of it is this: interface animal void make sound class dog, inheriting animal, word, make sound, console dot write line. Hi. That's it. I animal is the interface, make sound is the contract defined by the interface, and dog is implementing the interface. Dog must provide an implementation of make sound. Real world example. Think of an interface as a driving license requirement. The requirement says a vehicle must have the ability to start and stop. Okay, real world example. Think of an interface as a driving license requirement. The requirement says a vehicle must have the ability to start and stop. Different vehicles can implement these requirements differently. If I could implement the same interface differently, why do we use interfaces? The main purpose of interfaces are abstraction, hide implementation details, loose coupling. Code depends on context rather than a specific class. Multiple implementation. Many classes can implement the same interface. Multiple inheritance of contracts. A class can implement multiple interfaces. This is essentially important because C# does not allow a class to inherit from multiple classes, but it can implement multiple interfaces. Abstraction. Multiple implementation. use an abstract class when classes are closely related and you want to share code.